Today I'm visiting a place unlike anywhere else in Europe, Kalmykia, the only Buddhist republic in the continent of Europe. Its people were exiled by Stalin, but now the temples rise from the ashes. This is Russia like you've never seen before. We are with a special guest today because my next door neighbor from Bali, used to live in Bali, is from Kalmykia, and she was like, you got to come to Kalmykia when you're in Russia. Did you ever think I was actually going to take you up on that offer?
Yeah, I didn't know that you will
Actually
come here.
come.
Yes, that's surprise. That's a surprise for me, and I'm really proud to meet you here. And I'm really proud of my republic. I love it, and yeah, this is my place. So I really want to show you everything that we have. So this is actually the biggest temple in Europe. This is the biggest Buddhist temple in Europe.
Wow.
Officially. You use the white one and the yellow one as a respect, something like this.
Yeah.
He's symbolizing the Kalmykian culture. So now we should
Like
turn
this?
it around. Yeah. Inside there are mantras.
Okay.
So turning around, you're like getting these mantras to yourself.
Oh, nice. Do Kalmyk people, do they identify as, do they feel Russian? Do they say they're Russian?
Historically, Moscow invited us to join like Moscow, right?
Yeah.
It was long time ago, and because they were growing and they were like getting more and more. Yeah, and now we're Russians, and we actually the worst thing is that we don't produce anything, and actually Kalmykia is like the poorest maybe place in Russia.
Really?
Yes, we checked the statistics. Like we're like the second in Russia by.
Wow. Do Russians treat you like Russians, or sometimes they don't?
Yeah, before it was super dangerous because it was on 1990. It was super dangerous time in Russia, and I know the stories from like my cousin uncle. He was many times he was fighted by skinheads. Skinheads, they're nationalists in Moscow, and then like he actually passed away like 3 years ago or something. Yeah, he was just lying down for 10 years, like.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he was actually like paralyzed.
But yeah, kind of.
Wow.
Yeah. So before it was super dangerous, but now Moscow is getting more open.
Yeah.
And we're actually Russians. We have Russian passports, and it's important for Russians. Just the thing that we're speaking good Russian and we're Russians. It will look better.
This is not like this is not them building it. This is just them renewing it. It was built before.
Just renovation. Yeah.
Ah,
yeah.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah, nice. Very cool.
And
I've never seen a Buddhist temple like this, actually.
yeah, and Dalai Lama invested a lot of money to this.
Oh, nice.
This is true.
How does she see like the Kalmyk culture is with the younger population? Is she worried, or are they worried that the Kalmyk culture is going to die because of the younger generation, or the younger generation also?
Ну, это сложно сказать, во-первых, потому что сейчас идет современный мир, и молодость, она, можно сказать, разделилась, как бы мое мнение. Какая-то часть развивается, идет, какая-то часть идет полностью, теряет всех язык, культуру, уезжая куда-то в другие города, да, вот не обретается вот здесь и уезжается куда-то, думает, что, может быть, это убегание. Это раз. Во-вторых, я считаю, что буддизм это то, что не можно не изменять в вере, которая действительно эти постулаты может использовать каждый человек. Это та природа, философия жизни человека. Поэтому я думаю, что он приобретает огромные обороты. Судя по тем гостям, которые приезжают.
The Kalmyks are descendants of a Mongolian tribe called the Oirats. As they are nomadic people, they nomaded all the way to Russia, and they are known for being fierce fighters. So the Tsars of Russia, they actually used the tribes here to help fight off the threat from the Ottoman Empire, and they were very helpful, and they helped the Tsars. So they gave them citizenship, And unfortunately, Mr. Stalin, he changed things. He wasn't a big fan of the Kalmyks. He accused them of siding with the Nazis, and he put them all into a train and sent them off to the Gulag into Siberia. Many of them died along the way. A lot of them died, extremely unfortunate, and when they came back, only 100,000 came back after World War II, after Stalin died. And nowadays, although they've built up the area, it's still surviving. There's still only 300,000 Kalmyks. Around 70% adhere to Buddhism, so it's growing. But then again, nowadays you've got a lot of brain drain. You've got people like Valentina who leave the city in search of better jobs, in search of a better life, and that kind of leaves the Kalmyk culture dying. It is easily one of the poorest republics in Russia, and although you won't see much poverty, I think it does exist. And it's just like a tough life. It's just like there's just not a lot of opportunities here. To get the opportunities, you have to go to Volgograd, you have to go to Moscow. But nonetheless, I love places that are unique, and this is very cool, very, very cool. Did you expect Buddhism to be in Russia this strong? Did you expect there to be a whole republic for Buddhism, and did you expect there to be Asian-looking people, Mongolian-looking people in Russia? It's something that surprises me, and it's very cool. Now guys, we are at Valentina's family house where she grew up. This is a typical Soviet-style block of flats. We got like a park in the middle. This is where she grew up. This is where you grew up?
Yes.
Wow.
This is the flat where my mom, my uncle, and me, we grow up here. So we play here all together from all these 4 houses. Like kids are here, we're playing, and we didn't have internet, right? So we just play different games, and a lot of kids here. So this
is it a tough life growing up here?
No, it was amazing, cool.
Oh, nice.
Because everyone just friends to each other, and I had a lot of relatives coming every day to me, and here also like we have a lot of kids. But now it's getting like not that magical as in my childhood. Yeah.
It's very Soviet.
Yes, you will see подъезд. It's called подъезд.
Подъезд.
This подъезd.
Whoa. So we are going to meet Valentina's grandma, who has some stories to tell, and we're bringing her some gifts. In Russia, you bring vodka and sweets.
And sausage.
And sausage. If I gave my grandma vodka for a present, she would probably laugh at me, but this is Russia.
My Grammy will be happy. This is my grandma.
Привет! Как дела?
Нормально, хорошо. Вы какие вы высокие.
So tall.
Спасибо, he's tall.
Да, проходите. Ага.
Спасибо, спасибо.
Проходите. Ой,
Thank you. Привет, как дела? Как дела?
This is her
Хорошо.
friend, her friend.
Очень приятно.
Мне тоже Ой.
It's her first time seeing a German.
Yes, probably yes.
Should we give her the gifts?
Вы это,
So,
я хочу вот шалуном вас угостить. Я правда остыла. Ира, остыла или нет, да? Вы ели шалун там?
Have you eat soup like soup?
Oh, да. Спасибо.
Yes. Это для тебя.
We don't know.
Ой, и мне, да?
For you.
Просто
Как его thank you?
Английский хорошо.
На Бали побывала, там мы
she's been in
разговаривали.
Bali
Oh.
and she speaks English.
She's been in Bali. I hope she's not doing OnlyFans. No way.
Yes, but
Oh my God.
one for you both.
Oh my god, thank you so much. You know I collect fridge magnets.
Yes,
I actually do, yeah.
So she gifted to you.
Thank you. Could you give me a tour?
Yes, sure. So this flat, my granny got it from the government when my mom was a child, when she born my mom. So it was around 47 years ago, and we all grown here, like all our family.
Mm-hmm.
And she's always like her goal is to improve it. She's always maintaining
Oh,
like
nice.
something, making it better.
This is the typical Soviet flat.
Yeah, so like here is like, you see,
Wardrobe.
or yeah, just everything. But my grandma, she's good because she's always recollecting, like always trying to
Make it fresh.
Yes.
the bath is completely different room to the toilet.
Yes, yes.
Is that that's normal?
Yes.
Wow.
That's unusual when you have to.
I've never seen it not
Really?
together.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Very
for,
cool.
for us, it's unusual to have together.
Really?
Yes. So
Wow.
this is more common, yeah.
So cool. So this is typical soup and
Yeah, if you go to any flat, you probably any
Не горячий?
like as
Ой, не
guest you
холодный?
get usually this
Горячий, да?
Kalmykia. And
it's
also,
too kind of her.
and also Kalmykian tea. Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure in Russia, you know, when you get given food, it's very very rude not to eat it. Very, you've got to try and finish it. I mean, typical from most countries
На.
as a guest.
So I could tell you while you're eating that my grandma and her friend Irina Bushaina, they work the whole life as teachers. The whole life. Сколько ты преподавала?
Это у него 50 с лишним лет.
50-something years she was a teacher.
50.
They actually teaching how to use guns, how to
Really?
use condom.
She knows how to use a gun. All right, I'll behave then.
Пистолет-то да.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
you know. You want a homemade cognac?
What's
From
cognac?
my
Oh
grandma.
yeah,
She's making it.
of
На-
course. Pashli.
Объясни, что это.
She's making it.
Наливайте, мужчины наливают туда.
Да.
Наливайте.
Спасибо.
Gary
Gary.
and Leon.
Не, кто из вас британец, кто из вас немец?
Да.
From British.
У меня, скажи, моего отца дети немка-мама. Немка-мама.
She's German.
Really?
What does she think of?
Их
What does she think
пятеро.
of foreigners?
Ничего плохого.
Nothing bad.
Все для меня одинаковые.
Everyone is
В Сибири
equal.
мы жили. У нас было очень много
In
национальностей.
Siberia, we had a lot of nationalities when we lived there. Yeah.
When did she leave Siberia?
Yes.
Но я родилась в 49-м.
She was born in Siberia, 1949,
А выехала оттуда в 57 году.
but left in 1957. No, you drink?
Не, она, не.
I don't drink in front of my family.
У нас нельзя.
I cannot.
Здоровье.
У нас нельзя.
I cannot.
Валя, ты сама ничего не кушаешь.
Я кушаю.
Пусть говорит.
USSR, and she
Еще громко говорю, да?
her memories only filled with love. About
She has good
USSR.
memories of the USSR.
Yeah.
Wow.
А сегодня хорошо.
But what is good today
Детям, внукам хорошо.
is that her children and
Только
grandchildren,
работать надо.
they feel
Arbeiten.
good, but you have to work. That's
Arbeiten.
the same.
Arbeiten.
Arbeiten. Work in German.
Да.
Yeah, work in
Yeah.
German. Really?
Я ж немецкий изучал, но забыла.
She learned German. It's,
Very good.
at
That's
school.
good. Yeah. Arbeiten.
Как этот... Майна Кляйна поросенок вдоль по штрассе пробегал. Так это мы немецкий так изучали.
Very good.
So in culture, men should
Mention to the foreign.
Трижды.
yes, 3 times.
Трижды.
3 shots. Wow.
Вот это второе, а потом еще
You
одно.
can tell her I'm a
She wants
lightweight.
you to be drunk.
Драй.
Can you tell her we're not Russian? We get drunk very easily.
Maybe she can read this.
Ага.
Oh, you really like that, don't you?
Yeah.
Из стали.
А Далай-Лама, что вы знаете?
Dalai Lama. Yeah, that much.
Вот.
They
Всё?
don't need me.
We don't need
По-моему,
you.
не, все в мире знают Далай-Ламу.
Yeah.
Мир весь
Я
знает.
говорю, я уже не нужна как переводчик.
I think it's the vodka.
She said
We can now understand.
she said Dalai Lama, I swear.
We've unlocked.
Ой, это чай.
Pretty cool angle that we got all of us in that one.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's a great camera.
Yeah.
The Insta360 Pro 2. It's a very good camera. Link in the description below, guys.
Уги.
Они уже
Скажи,
знают.
пей.
Okay.
О!
Oh, you know what that means.
Oh,
You know what
oh.
that means. Oh.
Could she tell us maybe one
Вот
good thing about living here and one bad thing about living here?
Хорошо, когда дети и внуки.
Они так рассказывают,
Дети.
Дети и внуки.
Family.
Family.
Ты
Ага.
сразу догадался?
Фамилия.
Family.
Это всегда хорошо. А так, бывает все, как у всех людей.
А я ж еще так
Но самое главное, Родина.
What did she think of Bali?
Там просто
О,
ментор.
отдыхай. Я месяц была.
Вау.
Это мне даже уезжать не хотелось. А виза?
She didn't want to leave, but
Visa
she had
всё.
to go.
Really?
Ага.
Я бы еще...
You can tell her if she comes back, she's my guest, and I will give her my homemade cognac.
А куда?
Bali, Bali.
She's
Ловлю на слове.
Can you ask if
Хорошо.
does she feel? Would she say she's Russian or Kalmykian or both?
Я даже и не знаю.
She doesn't know.
Я, например, считаю исконно русская, да? Ну, с детства росла так.
В России
She
выросла.
grew
Да.
as
Родилась.
Russian. She grew as
Родилась в Алтайском крае,
Russian. She
соответственно,
born in
русская.
Altai, so
А приехала
she's Russian.
сюда, я калмычка.
But she was back here and she's Kalmykian.
Last question. Can she give us one piece of advice for we are young men, we have no wife. What should we do in life? What is
Самое главное, чтобы вы нашли половину, которая, как говорят, вот молния пробежала, объясни вот так, и в дрожь в руках, а остальные это все. Пробежали, убежали. Сами вы должны понять, что это все.
when you feel the lightning, you'll know.
Я на себе знаю.
She know it by herself.
Yeah.
Ну, так сложилась судьба.
But
Ну,
it was the fortune. And
это все, что должно быть.
Спасибо, спасибо. Спасибо большое.
Удачи!
Спасибо большое.
Спасибо.
This is also the Russian Lada. This is the newer model. You got the 8, which is the 8 for Kalmykia. Every number plate has a has the region's number on it. So 8 means Kalmykia. Kalmykia.
$10,000 this car.
$10,000. Wow. I'll take one.
You'll take what?
Can I take one for Bali?
This real nomad.
This is real nomad.
Real nomad. Yeah, you're gonna try it now. How is it to be like a real nomad?
Yeah. It's like a little tourist.
Wild nomad.
This is the number one tourist activity to do in Kalmykia.
Yeah, should be. But
Should I take my shoes off?
No, it's okay.
Hello, привет. Как дела? I'm from the Russian Federation. We've just come to have a look around, just check everything's working.
Юрта у нас собирали и разбирали женщины за 1,5-2 часа.
Women only.
Only.
What are the men doing? Drinking vodka?
Мужчины находились постоянно в степи, оседлый образ жизни, то есть пасли скот, овечек, верблюдов, лошадей и коров.
Playing Xbox, probably. Okay. So 1.5 hours to build the whole thing.
Были в юрте по быту. Юрта у нас 9-стенная, она большая. Такую юрту мог себе позволить богатый хан Найон. То есть юрта мог позволить богатый хан, потому что зимой нужно было ее протопить. Печка пришла со временем, разжигали хранительница очага, в центре юрты костер. Деревьев у нас немного, леса у нас нет, топили женщины костер кизяком.
If they need me to give them supply, I can.
Like dry. Сказал, может проспать.
I'm joking.
У нас его много.
They have a lot.
Okay. Just checking. Sire! One more time. Sire! What should we eat today?
I'm feeding the sheep intestines.
Let's do it.
Sheep intestine soup.
Shall I call the Uber camel?
Do it.
Okay. Yalla. Pashli. Okay, guys. Sometimes there are points in my life where I wonder, what am I actually doing? Like, I'm an Englishman from a very small village. I'm supposed to just do normal things. I'm not supposed to be going to feed a camel wearing a Mongolian outfit in South Russia in a minority exclave. But sometimes you also just have to go with the script that's written. And today we are feeding some camels. Как дела? Хорошо? Oh god, that was your fault.
I think they eat it.
These are babies?
Very 5
Yeah,
months.
they're 5 months.
5 months old.
I'm enjoying this process.
You just chill there if you want with your friends. Dude, what are you doing, dude? Oh no, he's got it
You're
stuck.
crazy.
Take it off.
That's not yours.
There we go. Okay, don't spit. They're right in spitting range. Please don't spit. Which one's the friendliest? Don't look at me. I'm friendly. Are camels the same way they can also sense that you're nervous? Because I'm nervous. Smoking a camel on a camel doesn't get much better than that. So you guys might notice that these camels are not like your typical camels. They are the two humps. That's for more fat, so they can survive for longer. Hey, buddy.
We're gonna pillage the next village, but in time. In
Yes.
due time.
In about 4 hours, we'll arrive to pillage and
15
rape.
kilometers ahead.
Actually, it's the 21st century. No raping now.
Sorry, they
But,
just took off with us.
Maybe 500 years ago. How big was the wolf you killed today? Because mine was bigger than yours.
I think mine was bigger than yours actually.
But how
She
did you
was a
kill it?
beast. She was a ghastly beast.
Yes.
But
Well,
I took care of her.
How many children do you have?
15.
Fuck, I've only
But
got 10.
I'm only 16, so.
Well, I think she knows we're not from here. She knows you're German. She remembers the Battle of Stalingrad.
Do you need photo one? But yeah,
Right?
it's like really
It's very comfortable.
Better than.
Yeah.
So guys, incredible to see a minority in Russia. It's really not what you expect when you think of Russia. It's the one time where I actually can use the title. I did not expect this in Russia, but I probably won't use that title. It's just such a buzzword nowadays on YouTube. But yeah, regardless of that, it's incredible to see the minority still existing in Russia, and it just goes to show how diverse Russia is. 190 different ethnic groups, and this is just one of them. There's 189 more, all with their own different cultures. Oh, we got a bit of swervage. Oh, someone's hungry.
Alright, Harry, no pressure, but you did watch everyone now. The guy and us too, so
How hard can it be, really?
yeah.
Was it good?
No, yeah, bullseye. Bullseye. Honestly, you missed it.
Yeah,
Complete bullseye.
it went through the thing, that's why you don't see it anymore.
It was so quick, she didn't even see it. As you can see, guys, we're in the middle of the city here. It's a very quiet city, very Soviet style city, but we have a monument over here that shows the repression of the Kalmyk people under the Stalin regime, and there's also a train carriage here. This is basically the train carriage that the Kalmyk people were deported to Siberia in these train carriages. They came with no food, they had no idea what was going on, and they were transported. It took them 1 week to get to Siberia, deported by Stalin because they said they were Nazi sympathizers, which I don't think were true. And a lot of them died on this journey. Many died, and it was a horrible repression of the people, of the minorities in Russia. I think obviously one thing that I've learned from being here in Russia, I had the preconception that Russian people were very cold. And to be honest, it's true. Like, a lot of the Russian people are cold, and when I mean cold, I mean like they're not friendly is the right word. However, it's important to recognize that they've been through a lot, this being a great example. And they also, when you're living in a small village like this, or a small town, it's just hard culturally to keep that friendliness, especially when you have months and months of winter. They have minus 30 degrees here in the winter. Luckily it's beautiful weather today, but not in the winter, and so I get it. And just because they're not cold doesn't mean they're not nice. They are very nice people, extremely nice people. It's just, that's just how they are, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But it's also important to recognize that it is true. They're not the friendliest bunch, but I think there's just a barrier. And there's also, like, as an English speaker, I'm foreign. They don't know who I am. They don't get many foreigners, and so they're wary. It's like tribal attitude. It's very normal, actually. in most areas of the world. It's just like nowadays, because there's so much tourism, places like Philippines and Indonesia are extremely friendly people, and you then compare Russians to them, and okay, they're probably not anywhere near as friendly. So
Okay, so you're gonna try something special that we have here.
oh.
I'm not going to explain
What
to
can it
you.
be? I don't eat human. That's the only meat I don't eat.
No.
Not human?
It's still sheep, but yes.
Oh, sheep testicles,
You can have
sheep balls.
sheep balls.
Okay,
Not balls.
it's actually not the first time. I had duck balls before. Today I'm in Kalmykia, the Buddhist Republic of Russia, and we are trying some local Kalmyk food. I think, imagine if Mongolia and Russia had a baby, that's what Kalmyk food would look like. Not the baby, the food. Okay, you ready?
They said it.
Oh, thank you so much. Спасибо. That's very kind. They're paying for all of us for food. Could you talk me through what some of the options are?
So they will choose by themselves.
Okay.
Yeah?
So it's kind of like a cantina style. You kind of like go with the trays. You get some bread, you get some dessert, and then you order
Yeah,
from
that's
the
actually-
kitchen.
It's called like yeah. So yeah, this is you should boil. Cook. This is cooked tea. So they use the green tea and then boil it and then
Are there
add milk. and-
sheep balls in
and
there as well?
salt. Huh?
Any sheep balls, testicles?
No.
Not in there?
Only milk.
Okay, not yet.
Only milk.
It's coming.
So this is tea, milk, salt, and butter.
Wow.
Very quick.
Oh wow, this is amazing. Спасибо. Yeah, this is very, very quick. This is like
Dumplings.
dumplings. And this looks like a little bit like a Mongolian borscht. Let's try the
Lemonade. The
lemonade.
most famous lemonade here.
Do you wanna try some?
oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
That's
so
delicious. Absolutely
good.
delicious.
My childhood was I spent with this lemonade.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm glad it wasn't vodka. Is this Mongolian spaghetti? Wow. This is what I do is I associate foods with another food. I'm just like, oh, it's actually a very bad way of doing it. So we've gone for lunch, Kalmyk traditional lunch with Valentina's family, and very nice of them. They've offered to pay. They wouldn't let us pay, and we've got a whole feast here. So we figured out what this is.
Yes. So did you?
I said
you
tongue,
try?
and then they said
Insides. Many insides.
intestines. Okay. Sheep, something on the inside, stomach, or everything on the inside.
You look so worried.
No, I'm curious.
Good.
The broth is really tasty. The like nomad lifestyle is completely finished now, or some people still living nomadically.
I think it's finished a long time ago. So, and the thing is now that we are people who are okay with long trips, so we're like adaptive. We can handle a lot of things. I mean, like our bodies is for nomad life.
We're giving it a good go. My favorite is the Kalmyk tea. It's got green tea, it's got milk, it's got some oil in there. A lot of these dishes, they're quite calorific because obviously the nomad lifestyle, you have to survive. It's tough lifestyle. It's a very hard lifestyle. So they eat quite calorific foods, and therefore nowadays in the modern world, you probably don't need to eat this high calorie foods, but they still do for the tradition, and that's why maybe some of them are getting a little bit overweight. Okay, we're going for a little walk around Central Elista. It's cool to see.
Watching the sunset.
Watching the sunset, watching the kids play. It sounds a bit weird actually. I'm not watching them on purpose. Anyway, hey, watch out, buddy. Ooh. What I wanted to say was that, yes, Russia has a bad reputation around the world, but what I've learned and what I preach and I teach is that 99% of the world is good, and this is what shows you, this video shows you, is that yes, we are very different to these people. We have different nationalities, different languages, we eat different food, but we all also share a lot of commonalities, and that is that we have good humor, we we can get along, we can be nice to each other. And the way the world's set up is that we're all divided. We're all divided into these made-up countries, because they are made up. There's not like the humans have made up countries and nationalities, but in reality, we're all more similar than you would expect. And I think that's why I love travel, is because you see the commonalities and you get to speak to someone that, you know, like a babushka that I would never usually speak to, and you can laugh.
My Grammy.
Yeah, you can laugh.
Try her cognac.
Exactly. You laugh, you have drinks, and you share stories, and that is the number one thing about travel that I love.
The thing is that in Russia, like, people don't trust just like super fast to the another person, but as soon as they trust you, like, it will never stop, you know. They trust you forever. So that's the thing about like Russian mentality, like they can seem close,
Yeah.
but actually they're like really like kind inside, and we're like direct people. If we don't like, we say we don't like. If we like, we say like. And you will never see the face made for you, you know. You will see like the really true face
They're
and
not
really
fake.
true face, yes, and really true feeling of the person, like what you really think about you. And it makes things easier, you know, because they're not hiding anything. They're just like showing you.
That's so true, and that's actually a very good point.
Did you experience it?
For sure, I experienced it. Like I said before, like, they are cold. Russian people are cold, some of them, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. That doesn't mean they're not nice people. It means that they have a barrier and they've been through a lot. Anything else to add, Leon, from Germany?
Never confuse politics with people.
Yeah.
The number one lesson: never confuse politics with people, and realize that whatever country and whatever you might think of a country, likely if you were born in the same place, you would be similar as the people. So stop judging for anything that you think about a certain place, because in reality we are, at the end of the day, all humans, and where you grow up shapes who you are. Meet everyone on a human to human basis, and you will find that the world is an amazing and very friendly place.
Wow.
Yeah.
What an end. That was incredible. Incredible.
And
So
now
guys,
we're gonna have barbecue.
now we're gonna have barbecue, probably more vodka. I'm looking forward to it. So thank you so much, Valentina, the most amazing host. I did not expect any of this. You've exceeded my my expectations.
Yes.
I didn't realize Russian hospitality was this amazing.
I even want to do more, but yes.
We haven't paid for a single thing. Again, this is not something you would expect in Russia.
Even my sisters, they didn't expect you, because I didn't tell them, but they said, you should tell us before. We should make like the whole plan for them, like we can organize that. I was like, yeah, sorry, I didn't tell you.
You did it all already.
No, it was incredible hospitality. You put Kalmyk on the map. Let's go. We're rooting for Kalmykia. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.
Film рекламу. Okay, let's go.
Drink a pavavo. Wait, and one more.